Hey Golden Bears, we're back today to talk about the not so mysterious origins of all of your financial aid. Well, actually more like the process that gets it started. I'm talking about the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, and the California Dream Act application, or the CADAA. We're going to answer a few crucial questions, but I like to start off by unraveling our first mystery. To be considered for financial aid here at Berkeley, only one of these applications is required. Amazing, right? Let's talk about which application you should apply for. U.S. citizens and eligible non-citizens file a free application for federal student aid. You can find the application at fasfa.gov. UC Berkeley's federal school code is 001312. Students who qualify for an AB 540 waiver may be eligible for financial aid under the California Dream Act via the California Student Aid Commission. You can find the application at dream.csac.ca.gov. Both applications are free, and you should never have to pay for completing either of these aid applications. In addition to filling out either of these applications, if you're a California resident who wants to be considered for a Cal Grant, you should also complete the Cal Grant GPA verification form at mygrantinfo@csac.ca.gov. A couple quick notes. Entering high school students should check with your high school counseling office or guidance center to see if you need to submit the paper Cal Grant GPA verification form or if the high school will submit the GPA electronically on your behalf. And if you've received Cal Grant at Berkeley or at another school in prior years, a GPA verification is not required. The FAFSA and California Dream Act application are available October 1st each year. We encourage you to apply as soon as possible. The priority deadline to file your aid application is March 2nd, and if you missed the deadline, you may be leaving money on the table. It is super important to understand that each year you will need to complete a new aid application if you wish to be considered for financial aid. When filling out the applications, the information you provide will be based on tax information from 2 years prior. For example, if you're applying for aid for the 2021-22 year, you will use your 2019 tax information. Before you begin, you'll want to have the following information at hand. General student information, like your name, and the following items if they apply to you, such as your Social Security number or individual taxpayer identification number, a permanent resident card, and or a driver's license. You will also need your parents' federal income tax return if they filed, your federal income tax return if you filed, W-2 forms from all that filed, bank account statements, and investment account statements. If you are an undergraduate student who is determined to be dependent based on your information provided in your aid application, you will also need to provide your parents' information and signature on your application. FAFSA filers will need to create a FSA ID prior to starting their application. You can do this at fsaid.ed.gov. If you are required to report your parents' information on your aid application, be sure that your parent also creates their FSA ID. The FSA ID will be used to log into FAFSA and sign the application electronically. When you finish your application, you will receive an email confirmation once your application has been processed with a link to the application data. Take the time to review and ensure that the information you reported is accurate. Errors or inaccuracies can create delays in getting your aid. In addition to the email, the schools you list on your aid application will be sent a copy of your information. At some schools, like ours, you may be selected for verification. Verification is the process used by the U.S. Department of Education, the California Student Aid Commission, and the Financial Aid and Scholarships Office to validate the data on your financial aid application and ensure that it is accurate. Being selected for verification doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Additionally, during verification, you may be asked to provide the school with tax returns, information about your household size, and information about how many people in your household are enrolled in college. The school will use the information you provided on your aid application in addition to the verification documents, to create an award package. And remember, be sure to pay attention to any dates and/or deadlines required during this process. If your parents are divorced or separated, report information about the parent you live with the most during the 12 months prior to completing the FAFSA or the DREAM Act application. If you split your time evenly between both parents, report information about the parent who provided more than half of the support during that 12-month period. If that parent is remarried, report information using your biological parent and your step-parent. Typically, parental information is required if you are not able to answer yes to any of the dependency questions in Step 3 on the aid application. Here's a list of some of these questions. We totally understand that one size does not fit all. And if you have any unusual circumstances, such as an abusive family environment or abandonment, we may be able to consider an independence appeal. Contact the Financial Aid and Scholarships Office directly for more information so that we can help you. With that, we hope you have a little bit more clarity about the process for applying for financial aid. While it may seem like a daunting process, and honestly for some it really is, you are not alone in this effort. If for any reason you get stuck or need some questions answered, don't hesitate to reach out to us for support. We're here for you and we want to see your future funded. You can check out our contact information right here. And until next time, I wish you all well, and go Bears.